Hi, this is Ezekiel Chew, founder of Forex Mentor. So in this video, I'll be revealing what I do on a weekly basis, and I'll be sharing my analysis for this week, which is the 18th of January 2016. So you can refer to this video throughout the week to spot for trade setups. The analysis in this video will be my trading plan for the week. So in my weekly analysis video, I'll be sharing pairs that have a possible setup for the week or pairs that are worth taking note. So, wow. It has been a crazy couple of weeks since the start of this year, and based on our analysis, everything has been doing really good. So last week itself, I mentioned about the USDCAD, about it continuing its uptrend, and since last week itself, it shot up even more. So on the overall, USDCAD will still be overall on the uptrend out from what I see for this year itself. And if we look at yes, now actually it's gotten really pretty steep right now. And next stop, so it's now around the highs over here. So I do believe that there's still room for it to run, which is based on the previous highs and the lows over here. So let me plot a line somewhere here. Okay, make it red. Yeah. So so there's still some room for it to run to here, which will be the next rejection level, and after which, of course, the ultimate rejection level will be here, the highest points in 2001. So all in all, USDCAD has been in uptrend ever since last year itself, or since 2013 onwards. It has been breaking its way into an uptrend and it keeps going on, especially for the last couple of months itself. So from what I see, there's still room for USDCAD to run, and the next stop where you most likely stop and take a breather would be at this straight line that we have over here. Okay, next pair, GBPUSD. So GBPUSD, same thing. Last week I mentioned that, yes, 2 weeks back I mentioned about it breaking the low, so it went down towards the lowest point. And last week itself I did mention that there's still room for it to run. So the next stop will be the previous lows, the low somewhere we have here. So it did great, and it shot down even further towards almost reaching the lows. So from what we can see, USDCAD it's probably going to stall a while at the lows here, and if it does break through, it is going towards the next couple of lows. And the lows that we have over here, if I zoom out, yeah, will be the all-time lows. From what I can see, the all-time lows for GBPUSD. So if it does go over here, we will expect some rejection somewhere over here, because this is the all-time low since 1993 or 1992 before that. And if it does, we will expect a rejection over here and for it to bounce us back up. And if it does break through, GBPUSD will be probably in a free fall, because there is no prior much rejection level since 1992. Yeah, but for now, here we would have a rejection level somewhere here, and if that, and after which the next stop would be the ultimate lows, over here. Okay, so this is GBPUSD. Next pair, CAD yen. So I did mention after breaking through last week, or even the 2 weeks before, it is now continuing its way into the downtrend. So it is still going down, and in fact, it's done very well. Same thing last week itself. So overall, CADJPY is in the downtrend, and we can expect price to head down even maybe a little bit more further to kind of stall over at the lows and the lows we have over here. Yeah. So this is the next rejection, which it may take a breather, and and if it does break through, next stop would be somewhere here, and then eventually here. Okay, so this is CADJPY. So another pair, EURGBP. So EURGBP, I mentioned after breaking through the rejection, the highs over 1 time, 2 time, the 3rd time breakthrough. So we mentioned for it to come back and test. So it came back and it tests my white line, which is my 365. Came back, test for a couple of days before shooting right up after which. So this was a very nice movement from EURGBP for it to shoot up. So now that they have gone up, it is going to reach its, in fact, here is the previous weekly lows at 2014. So which is also around my orange line over here. So we can expect price to go up and kind of stall over here for a while before and we can probably expect a little bit of resistance, and we will see what price will happen over here. So for now, there's still some room for it to go before hitting my orange line and the red line that we have over here. All right, so this is EURGBP. And S&P, right? S&P 500. So S&P 500, after I mentioned that it will probably dip even further last week, it did. So it shot right down, and it is now, in fact, it is somewhat at the 150 that we have, which is the crucial line. So this week it's going to be from what I see, it's going to be a pretty strong. Let me delete these two lines first. It's going to be a pretty strong important week, because right now the S&P is now testing the all-time line that is holding it back for before it's free fall downwards later on. So the 150 is the one that is actually holding it back for the S&P, and largely this week will be an important week whereby which is what will happen, which is what we want to see what will happen. We can probably expect a little bit of resistance right now because this is a pretty strong area of rejection. So from what, all in all, S&P is still in a very bearish state. So if there are just two scenarios. If that scenario number one is that it will retrace up, so we can have a little retracement before shooting down again and eventually break through. Or the second scenario will be that this week itself it will shoot right through. So from what we can see, I do think you'll probably take a little breather this week to test the 150. Alright, so it's either scenario 1 or scenario 2. I'm more a little bit on scenario 1, but we don't really know given the crazy market now. So either way, right, what we can note is that here will be a crucial area, this level and the ultimate lows that we have over here. If scenario 2 does happen and it does immediately breaks through, then we will be looking to sell the S&P and all the other stock index to head downwards. But if it does retrace back up, which is good, and we will wait for the retracement back up, which we will wait for the next selling opportunity for us to sell its way downwards and eventually break through downwards. So either way, I'm still bearish on the S&P, so it's we will be looking what turns out for this week itself. Okay, so next pair, Aussie Yen. So Aussie Yen, let's see. Okay, Aussie Yen. Let me delete the line first. Okay, Aussie Yen has broken through the monthly white line, the monthly 365, and the lows that we have over here. So let me plot the line at the lows first. So it's broken through the monthly 365 and broken through the previous lows. So I plot another line just to indicate the 365. It's the white line. Okay. So if you go on to the weekly time frame, we can expect price to hit back up to test the previous lows or the 365 again. And if it does hold well here, we can do a little selling over here for it to sell its way downwards. So we can expect price to do a little bit of retracement back up, either to the red line or to the white line. And if we see price do holds it well here, then we can expect price to hit down even further for the Aussie Yen. So Aussie Yen, you see the reason why it kind of stopped over here was because of all the previous lows here. So we can expect this is where the rejection is, and if it does break through the current lowest level that we have over here, if it does break through the current lowest level that we have over here, next stop would be somewhere here. Okay, so this is Aussie Yen. Alright, next pair, SGDJPY. So this is pretty much the same as the Aussie Yen. It has broken through the lows, and this one has broken through the weekly 150, and it kind of formed like a pin bar last week. So all in all, it's pretty bearish for this pair itself, but I'll be waiting for price to have a clear break below the weekly pin, and then I'll be looking to sell its way downwards towards the next level. But right now it's at a pretty strong rejection level, so we can expect price to rebound back up a little bit, and if it does close below, then next stop it will probably stall around somewhere here first. Okay, so this is SGDJPY. Next pair, NZD/USD. So NZD/USD came down, got rejected over here because this was the previous highs, kind of form a pin over here, shot right up to form in a way something like a double top, came back down towards the old rejection level. So this is where I believe we did talk about a little bit, and price last Friday itself formed a pin. So it's so far there's no bar that closes below, although there's a gap that did happen. So this is now a very important zone for this. So either way, from what I can see is that if price breaks below the lowest point of the pin, it is going to continue its way downwards. So we can expect price to hover around this area, and if it does breaks below or the top of the pin, right? If it does goes up the top of the pin, probably hit back up to rest at the Bollinger. But if it does breaks below the tail of the pin, NZD/USD will be in a downtrend downwards towards the next stop, which is the lows here, and also my Bollinger Band here. Okay, next pair. USDJPY, another bearish pair that has been heading its way pretty much downwards. Heading its way downwards. So it's now going towards its all-time previous lows since 2014. The lows. So, and there's last week is formed a pin. So we can expect price to hit down even further towards the lows, and this will be in a way the most crucial area for USDJPY. If it does break through over here, next stop will most likely be the Bollinger Band, and will be this area itself. Okay, so that's my analysis for this week. I'll see you all next week.